Israelites dwelt in the land of Canaan, but drought and famine ravaged the land, and they went into Egypt. They prospered, and the Israelite Joseph was a prince of the land. And the children of Israel were fruitful, and increased abundantly, and multiplied, and waxed exceedingly mighty, and the land was filled with them. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, and he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we.
Their men are bursting with seed. Their women are round like fruit. Their encampments are loud with the bleating of children. They multiply. They multiply. Let us defend ourselves before we are attacked.
Your Divine Majesty's immediate orders?
I specify nothing. I say, deal wisely with them.
So Amram and his wife Jochebed, and their son Aaron and their daughter Miriam, entered the house of bondage, and Jochebed was heavy with child. They were made to share quarters with people from other tribes. The children of Israel, who had lived the life of shepherds, free in the free air, now they were slaves.
This present mode of oppression is clearly inefficacious.
Let the sentence now be pronounced. Every son that is born shall be cast into the river, but every daughter shall be saved alive.
Someone may hear. I trust no one.
Come, come.
Be brave. He must live. We're safe here.
child was kept hidden from the cruelty of the soldiers of the Pharaoh, but could not be kept hidden for long. Now Miriam, the child's sister, had a plan of her own devising, whereby the baby might be saved from the hands of the soldiers of the Pharaoh. Now the Pharaoh had a daughter, the Princess Bithnish, and she was barren. And she would come down to the Nile to pray to the gods of increase that she might become a mother and so be blessed.
The reed and tamarind, the date palm and the pepper tree, from whose mud the crocodile breathes, many-toothed, strong as a chariot.
What is that? Do not cry. His name shall be Moses, meaning my son, for he is my son.
And Moses was raised in the court of the Pharaoh and learned the arts and the skills of a true prince of Egypt.
Who is it?
Moses, my lord.
It is Highness you must call me, cousin. Your Highness.
My apologies, Your Highness.
You promised to take me crocodile hunting.
Ah, yes, but I reconsidered. What would have happened to me if the crocodiles had snapped and eaten you? And what would have happened to the throne of Egypt?
You would have taken it. Cousin, I am angry with you.
You have forgotten, Prince Menefta, the thing for which your cousin was sent here.
Ah, yes. You are to go and see the workers, to see that they are building right. I asked my father, you see, as a punishment.
A punishment?
Yes, you wouldn't take me crocodile hunting.
Aaron, could that be Moses?
What is this?
It is, as you might say, a form of inducement to increase effort.
Are you a scholar?
I was a scholar when scholarship was allowed among the Israelites.
business.
Punishment, my lord. For inefficiency. For insolence. For insubordination.
I said stop.
Back to work, friends.
Wait! This is not to be spoken of. Do you understand?
You killed him, and you will go away. You will say that I did it. They will all say that I did it. The Lord Moses was the slayer.
He had authority to exert discipline. Go on.
The Lord Moses has no such authority. He is an Israelite.
Moses, it has come true. Bring him.
Is this the truth we've been waiting for? You call it the beginning. I tell you it's the end. It's the end for us. For 20 years, you've kept his name alive on our lips like a promise of deliverance. And now, what is he, this deliverer? Just an Israelite who's killed an Egyptian. There's no promise of anything, except further servitude.
Will you come home?
I have found a mother.
You have found a family.
In the name of the king, be it known that Moses the Israelite, once falsely known as the Lord Moses, stands accused and convicted of the assassination of a servant of the king, a free man, son of Egypt. Let him be rendered up to authority on pain of the execution of the capital sentence on any who may be hiding him or otherwise granting him comfort.
We shall be together again, in the time of the setting free.
We must pray so.
If there is such a time.
On pain of the execution of the capital sentence on any who may be hiding him or otherwise granting him comfort.
What will love bring when he comes? A silver ring. A silver ring. Earth will ring with his tread when he comes. When he comes.
After them! Get them!
Go on! Get back! Back to your own wells!
Go on! Leave off!
Back! Back!
Enough!
Enough!
I used to be a priest in the town of Midian, but I grew sick of stone idols. A man must worship something great and simple. I'm still looking for it. They say that on Mount Horeb, a man can see visions of the truth. I have seen no such visions. Perhaps I am too old. I'm certainly too old to climb it.
Our story, Father.
Yes, a wonder. It's very easily told. The people turned against me when I turned against idols. We are cut off. My daughters must get water from the well before the shepherds of Midian leave their beds. Otherwise, they will not be permitted to get water at all. But they come earlier and earlier. Depriving us of water has become a cruel sport. I am grateful for what you did. Are you traveling further, perhaps?
For the moment, my story ends here. My journey has been one into exile.
It's your people who know exile, not you.
Yes. I must learn to think of them as my people.
And during the years wherein Moses abode in the tents of Jethro, King Ramses of Egypt died.
His Majesty King Meneptah, fifth king of his dynasty, first among them all for glory, Pharaoh of all Egypt.
Moses, his name was. He was brought up like a royal prince. But then, one day he turned against the Egyptians. He killed some of them. And then, he escaped from the Egyptians. They wanted to kill him. Some say he will come back.
And kill more Egyptians?
But I believe he's dead in the desert.
I knew him. I remember him with some tenderness. An elder cousin who was always promising to take me crocodile hunting. I do not believe he liked hunting. He would listen to bats and the cries of field mice. No one else could hear them. Only he. I would prefer him to be back with us. It would be good to see him smiling at my triumph. Let us have him in Egypt again.
Now you see how a good shepherd works. Never at rest. But a good son-in-law. An only son-in-law.
It's nothing. The birds are singing.
Something else.
Your name?
The name is merely what a man is called. I am called Moses. My wife is called Zipporah. My son Gesem. My wife's father Jethro.
The documents I hold are signed by the royal hand, sealed with the royal seal. They attest your right to return freely, to resume your former status and office.
My status and office you see. I am a shepherd. I am an Israelite.
You are the Lord Moses, cousin to the Pharaoh. As such, your place and duty are self-evident, if I may say so, with respect.
You are not come to force me back to Egypt.
I have no such authority. I'm but the bearer of a royal message.
My compliments to the Pharaoh. I have my own kingdom. Come no closer. Put off your shoes from your feet, for the place whereon you are standing is holy ground. Put off your shoes. I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, of Isaac, of Jacob, and the God of Moses. I have surely seen the affliction of my people that are in Egypt. I've heard their cry. I know their sorrows. And I am come down to deliver them and to bring them out of that land unto a good land, flowing with milk and honey. Now, therefore, behold, I will send you unto Pharaoh, that you may bring forth my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. But who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the people of Israel out of Egypt? I will be with you. But if I say, the God of your fathers has sent me to you, and they shall say, what is his name? What shall I say to them? You shall say to the children of Israel what he is called. For what he is called is, I am that I am. And say too, the Lord God of your fathers has sent me unto you. Now the king of Egypt will not let you go, not by a mighty hand, but I will stretch out my hand and smite Egypt with all my wonders. They will not believe me. They will say, the Lord has not appeared unto you. What is in your hand? A rod. Cast it to the ground. Put out your hand and take it by the tail. Now put your hand in your bosom. Now remove it. Return it to your bosom and again remove it. Through this power, they will believe.
Oh, Lord, I'm not eloquent. Not now or before. I am slow of speech. I am of a slow tongue.
Who has made man's mouth? Who makes the dumb or the deaf or the seeing or the blind? Am I not the Lord? But your brother Aaron shall be your spokesman, and you shall put the staff in his hand. But with you shall be the power of the Lord.
Aaron? I think I've seen him again.
You saw him how?
This time as an eagle, flying almost above us here.
Oh, that means it's close to us.
So sang the water before man began. And though I will cleanse him
So dirty. As if you had been on your journey for years.
Dirty or not, you knew it was me.
I knew you.
And yet you don't know me. We never had any childhood together. We never rejoiced in our families, our children. Oh, now I can rejoice in your children. If I could just tell which is which. You're Leah.
No, I'm Rachel.
This is Leah. My husband was killed by our slavers soon after Rachel was born. And when do I meet your wife? Your son?
They'll be waiting for us. On the way to the land. It's a long, long journey. It'll be a long, long time before we leave here. First, Pharaoh must be asked to let us go. Then begged, entreated. Finally, threatened.
Is it you? Is it really you?
Yes. But I'm afraid I cannot prove my identity.
The voice is enough. Everything else has changed, but the voice, no. Moses. Cousin Moses. You look like a very poor relation, if I may say so.
You summoned me back to Egypt. Why did you summon me?
I could not forget you. Others I forgot. Streams of bowing courtiers, wise men, sycophants, relations, none of them poor relations. A time came when I felt a homesickness for you. The cousin who taught me how to hunt gazelles. The enigmatic prince of my boyhood. I must have been a most unlikable boy. Do you still listen to the voices of bats at nightfall?
In the desert, there were many voices. Ones I never heard in Egypt.
You did not hear my voice calling you? Or any voice that spoke of me?
Yes. Yes, I did.
A human voice?
Not human. Not a human voice.
The voices of the desert. My son. My firstborn.
So beautiful. I love him so much.
Is he not beautiful?
Beautiful.
My son. He will reign after me. The unbroken and unbreakable chain of rule. The strength which makes the desert winds howl in impotence. And you choose those empty voices out of the dead sand. This I cannot comprehend.
It's a simple matter, Majesty. I have discovered where I belong.
You belong to us. To me.
I reject Egypt. I embrace my people.
Your people, as you call them, are the tough skin of the hands and feet of Egypt, no more. But the body does not disown them.
The truth is, Majesty, we are a different animal. We scent our destiny. We must be free to track it.
Never! Never.
The bush burnt and was not consumed. And a voice said, I am sending one who shall set my people free. God is God. He is who he is. The God of the Israelites is the one God.
Sir, where's the straw?
What?
Give us straw and we give you bricks.
Nobody brings you straw anymore. You gather your own or you do without.
up there?
Sir, with respect, we own no fields, we have no straw. You and your...
You put the rod in their fists. You'll put the sword in their hands tomorrow or tonight. You and your brother. This god of yours, I hope he strikes you down. Both of you. Strikes you dead.
I want no more of this.
You mean you want to be free? Of me? You think it's all a lie? A voice of delusion? That I'm mad, misled?
That's what the people think.
They think wrong. The voice spoke true. Made no false promises. Nothing will be easy. But the Lord did make one error. The error of choosing me.
You made the horse. I'll make the tail.
Moses. Moses, go to the Pharaoh. Say to him all that I bid you to say. But your voice shall be that of your brother Aaron. He shall speak for you. He shall stand in your place. As for you, you shall stand in the place of the Lord God. Of the Lord God.
Shall we go?
Whatsoever person desires to present his petition to the most sacred majesty of the Pharaoh Meneptah must do so as follows. He must step into the sacred waters and thus be purified. Thus purified, he may proceed to the royal shore.
We humbly request that you accede to our petition to go into the desert for 3 days to do sacrifice. This is the express commandment of our Lord God. who otherwise will show his displeasure in many ways. For the Lord God of the Israelites is a jealous God. Who otherwise will strike in punishment? Who otherwise will take a terrible revenge on all who resist his commandments? We request again that you accede to our petition to go into the desert for 3 days and sacrifice.
Blood! The water is blood!
Look. Eh? See. God keeps us unscathed and wholesome while the Egyptians scream.
How to explain that the Israelites remain totally immune from these nuisances?
The reason may be geographical. Pithom is some way from the Nile, sheltered, removed from the causative pollution. How dark it is getting.
$117,567. That is the latest computation, Divine Majesty.
I'm not greatly interested in numbers. It is not flesh and bone and possession that we lose. It is the heart of the empire. It is the central idea.
Majesty, you cannot so easily ignore the suffering of your subjects.
Open! Open! I know there is someone in there.
Open.
Give me some water. More. Take it. Take it. Go from Egypt. We are all dying. Go.
Gods of justice, drive out the unjust God. Remove the curse laid on thy people. Restore us to health. Thou art all-powerful. Thou art all-merciful.
Gods be merciful. Gods be merciful.
We come again, King Meneptah, to ask that we be released
Have
from
you no respect for our religion, Cousin Moses? We are doing holy work. We are trying to avert these inexplicable nuisances from the innocent Egyptian people.
Not inexplicable, not innocent.
Very well, then. Our ceremonies are tainted by the presence of the unbeliever. Go.
Do we have an answer, sir? May we take an answer back to our people?
Are you pleased with your power, cousin? Does it satisfy you to have impaired, even destroyed, this great flower of order?
You cannot maintain order on...
Ah! You have recovered your voice.
On slavery.
What slavery? Any slavery? Or the slavery of your people? Will you not have your highest and your lowest when you shape your dream kingdom? Will you not build your own pyramid?
Sir, we need an answer.
We will build on the covenant, on the bond freely embraced, the contract between man and man.
High talk in a land you've turned into a charnel. I cannot stand your smell much longer. You had better go. I have, may the gods forgive me, spoken.
You have not finished, Majesty.
What have I not said? Ah, yes. The men may go and do sacrifice to the god of destruction. The women and children shall remain behind. As this is a kind of war, Cousin Moses, shall we call them hostages?
And the Lord said unto Moses, take up a handful of the dust of the earth and hurl it into the sky.
Why is my horse dying? Oh. Will you let my horse die?
The orders are that you leave Egypt and go into the desert, there to conduct your sacrifice.
And the women and children?
The women and children are to go with you. You expect something more. There is nothing more in my instructions.
Nevertheless, we will wait.
Look, here it is written clear. Why can you not go?
Why can they not go? They cannot go because they know there is something more. What is the something more? You, Aaron, his voice, what is it?
We are to go to the desert for 3 days to do sacrifice. In the middle of the month of Nisan. Men, women, children, our beasts, our goods.
No. You have eaten of the bread of Pharaoh and have drunk of his wine. For 3 days, you will neither eat nor drink. You will go forth to fast and do sacrifice. And then you will return. And your beasts will bleat and bellow a welcome home. Your pitiful goods will lie snug, awaiting you.
This will not do. The covenant we made has long been broken. There is no further bond between us. When we leave this land, we leave as free men, taking with us our wives, our children, our sheep, our oxen, our goods.
You go forth naked, you return naked.
Your heart is still hard against the Lord and the servants of the Lord. There is one last trial yet to come. It will not fall directly on your head. You will live. to see the Israelites leave the land of Egypt. But this one last trial, yet to come, will be the most terrible trial in all the world for you, unless you let our people go.
Moses. Moses. Why do I not kill you? The orders stand. Go now. I wish never to see your face again.
So be it.
You were told this?
It's the last thing. 4 days from now, on the night of the 14th day of Nisan, the nose and the teeth of the angel of death will dart straight for the firstborn. Be it Egyptian or Israelite, there will be no nice distinction. Even the firstborn whelp of the bitch's litter, the first hatchling of the hen, he will follow the scent.
Our firstborn? Ours?
Don't be afraid. We have a secret.
Kill the lambs now, and pray as you kill. For you kill in the name of the Lord's Passover. And on the doorposts and on the lintels of your houses, daub some of the blood, as a sign.
It shall be called Passover. For tomorrow we pass over from death to life. And this strange supper tonight is a ceremony to remind us who we are and what we are. And we shall eat the lamb. It will be as an offering to the Lord, who will lead us in this passing over from death to life. And it shall be called Passover till the end of time, to mark the hour of his passing over. It's a terrible thing. A terrible burden. And the burden's just beginning. He's coming. God help them, he's coming.
The safety of the house and all within it. May the first nameless, who guards the doors of the eyes, be doubly watchful.
See him smile? No evil threatens him. He is happy. My precious. No harm shall come to him. Be quiet! What was that?
A servant. The firstborn of a servant.
Nothing shall. Nothing shall. Stand round us with your torches. Burn your incense. Say your prayer, say it!
Gods of the seven worlds, hear, hearken. Let the word of your servant be sweet in the ear of the guardian of the living. Let no evil touch your servant this night. Let the dark be beneficent, and the vapors of the night like the balm of the morning. Let the souls of the evil dead sleep, and be unenticed by the smell of the smoke. Bye.
What do I do now? Beg you to comfort him on his passage through the tunnels of the night. Beseech you to remember that he is of your divine flesh and to restore him to the light where he is needed. Or do I see you already as very hollow, very weak, impotent, a sham? In your eyes, there is nothing. Your head is the head of a bird. Rise up. Go forth from among my people. Both you and the people of Israel, and go. Serve the Lord, as you have said. Take your flocks and your herds, and bless your freedom. Be gone! And bless me also. Me also.
To the east!
To the east!
To the east! The promised land!
Get your men and help the poor people going up the bank. Tribe of Benjamin, follow me.
The house of Judah!
You see how the wind drives the pillar of cloud before us? God's sign that he's with us. God works through everything. He works through the smoke and the rain and the dust of the desert. He works through that pillar of cloud. All we have to do is follow him.
Follow? Where to?
To the promised land. Where else?
The shock to the people has naturally been profound. It is manifested in a slow, numbing illness of doubt.
The whole concept of the monarchy is inevitably in jeopardy.
Yes. And of course, the great evil has already turned into a vague dream. Except among the bereaved.
Wounds heal.
Anger does not heal, nor hatred. What is to be done?
The Pharaoh, out of his divine clemency, granted the request of the Israelite workforce that they be permitted to sacrifice to their God in the desert. The period of leave requested was 3 days.
How many days have they been out of Egypt?
5, Your Divine Majesty.
So, we bring them back.
You hear nothing?
Nothing unusual?
Pharaoh must know I can hear him.
Pharaoh?
Clouds of dust! Clouds of dust!
It's there. The dust you see is the dust of Egypt's chariots. The masters have come to reclaim their property.
What do we do? What do we fight with?
We do not fight the Egyptians. And we do not go back into slavery. We progress, Joshua. We move on.
I say it with respect. But I think you're
I'm mad. And our cause is mad. And the Lord is mad.
They will never cease to be slaves. Slaves to hunger and thirst at this moment, no doubt. At least we can liberate them from that. They cannot go forward. They can go sideways, like crabs. But whatever they do, they will be certainly pinced by us.
At first light, sir.
Oh, yes. Their humiliation must be clearly visible.
Come and speak to me. Here. Have you heard the orders for tomorrow?
Yes. We shall pass on to the sea.
Then there will be no escape. We shall be trapped.
No. We shall cross, believe me.
With no boats, no bridges, no fording places?
Believe me, we shall cross over. Come, let's go round the camp. Tomorrow they will need all their courage.
Wind is blowing out of the dawn. Oh, Lord, if it be your will. If it be your will.
Hurry! Look what's happening to the sea!
We have come to express our full confidence in your leadership, huh?
You will always be confident, Dathan, when things go well.
Oh, no, no. Well or ill, we acknowledge you as our undoubted leader.
I am not your leader. The Lord is your leader. I am only his servant. Never forget the Lord. Tomorrow will be a hard day, especially for some people. You ought to make it clear to your tribes that the worst is still to come.
Is it wise to speak to our people of that now? Is it not enough to live for the day?
Let us begin by thinking of the weak.
How does one think about the weak?
The Lord made the heavens and the earth in 6 days. On the 7th day, he rested. We shall follow the Lord. The 7th day shall be called the Sabbath. On that day we shall rest, think of the Lord, drink in new strength from the Lord. And this shall be a law. This shall be a law, and those who break the law shall be punished.
Punished? How punished?
We'll think of that later. It's enough to speak now of the Lord's displeasure.
You know where we are?
Tribes call it the wilderness of Shur. Long month's march to Elim.
A long month. And what is there between here and Elim?
Sand, Aaron, sand. Sand and more sand.
Go on.
He's dying of thirst. We must find some water.
There's no water.
Have some water.
There will be, soon.
Full of salt. Go back! Stop it! We can't have what kind of water yes. We can't. Water. We can't drink this. You promised us we would have water. We want water. Give us water, not lies. Quiet then. Listen. Quiet. Listen. You said you knew this place like the back of your hand. It's all promises, isn't it? Promise freedom. Promise land. Promise milk and honey. We can do without the milk and honey. What you really say is water. We want water. We want the water of Egypt.
It's true. We cannot go on. Within a week, half of our people will be dead.
Have faith. For one more day.
One day, yes. What then?
Elim.
Yes, Elim. God is with us.
Why do we have to move? Why not stay here? Here is everything.
Because the promised land is elsewhere.
You always say that. Will we live to see it?
You and I don't know. The children, they'll see it.
We could settle here so happily. Pastures, water. The whole place laughs and rings with water.
Yes. But we have to have something more than an oasis.
Have to?
Yes, have to. Call it the destiny of our nation.
There've been other nations. They died. Isn't Egypt dying?
We shall not die. Oh, yes, men and women will die. But Israel will live forever. Because for the first time, the nation will not be greater than the smallest member of it.
Come on, come on, come on. Hey!
Fish and meat and bread.
Why did you take us out of Egypt?
Why couldn't you leave us alone? At least we didn't starve.
Will you never cease to complain? You say you lack bread. You lack meat.
Yes.
Well, you shall have meat to eat in the evening. And in the morning, bread to the full. You have the Lord's promise that this is so. Now go away. Down! I'm sick of you! But God help me, you're all I have. Thank you.
You take credit for a miracle where there is none.
I never take credit for miracles.
You told me about the migration of the Quayles when we were back in Egypt. And I was scrubbing the dirt off you.
They rest at night here in the scrublands. They're easily caught. Hardly a miracle. A miracle, I suppose, is something you need happening when you need it.
Will they get their bread?
Bread?
You said in the morning.
So I did. But I didn't say which morning. Have you heard of manna?
Bread from heaven?
Bread from heaven. It's the resin that falls from the tamarisk trees. A fine flaked thing, fine as hoarfrost, white as coriander seed, and the taste is the taste of wafers made with honey.
It tastes like bread.
Now there were certain tribes of the desert that saw the Israelites passing through the desert. Among these tribes were the Amalekites, a fierce and warlike people that dwelt in the caves of the rocks. They sought to drive the Israelites from their land.
Take the goats! Spare no one! Get
We're defenseless. We have no weapons. Only these wretched things. I always said it would come to this. The road must be kept open.
Moses, may I suggest something?
What is your name?
Quayle.
Are you experienced at war?
No, but if I may suggest a simple strategy.
And thus did Moses gain the road and lead the Israelites through the land of Sinai to Mount Horeb, sacred to the Lord.
Soon I will leave you. And I leave to you the main duties of administering, ordering, judging. The task which will long absorb my time, my energy, and such poor brains as I have, will be the task of making the law that you must administer. They are laws for all men, and they are laws the world has not seen before. First, we have to remember that these laws come from God. But so long as men shall live in freedom, unoppressed, it is on such laws that their lives must be based. And they must know that these laws are sanctified by God himself. God is not a demon of the rivers, or of fire, or air. He is not a stone idol. He is spirit. And as spirit, he must be worshipped. So there shall be no making of idols, of stone, or iron, or wood, or silver. The very name is sacred, and its use must be sacred. And what a man owns shall be sacred, since it comes from God. Be it his goods, or be it his life, both are inviolate. No killing. No stealing, no coveting the things our fellow men possess, for all sin begins in desire. And above all, we are free beings, copies of that God who is the primal and ultimate free being. We are free even to choose to enter into a covenant with him who made us. And now I ask you, will you accept that covenant?
Yes!
Will you accept the covenant?
Yes!
must enter. You understand, I must be entirely alone. Make your camp here.
How long will it be?
The world took 6 days to make. To make laws for the Israelites may take longer. A good deal longer. But remember, if all this should be too much for me...
It won't. It won't.
Remember, I say that you are the next chosen.
But there must be others before me. Your brother, some of the elders.
I must look to the young, to you. And now... be near, Joshua. Be near. For you two are called.
It's a cold night. It's a cold place, my friend.
When will Moses be back?
Soon, very soon.
Aaron? Aaron? Any news from up there?
You've a strange choice of words, my friend.
Oh, I apologize. A very homely and earthy word. I merely wondered, well, when he was coming back to us. It seems to be already a long time.
2 Sabbaths, one of which you remember you neglected to keep.
Well, I forgot. You will remember that I said I forgot. You will also remember that I said I thought it was nonsense.
And you were rebuked for blasphemy. The Lord's Day is not to be termed nonsense.
Corey. Oh, I thought we were all free men now, huh? All entitled to a free opinion.
Free under the law.
Where is this law you talk about so much? Huh? I hear much about the law, but I see nothing of it.
You'll see all you want to see, Dathan. All in good time.
I wonder.
Some men will always be slaves.
And tell them that no one is to work on the Sabbath. Sabbath is my day. And tell them, if they do something wrong, I will punish them.
What will you do?
I will come down in a thunderbolt.
Go down on your knees. Bow down to it, or it'll hit you a great clout on the head.
Stop that. You know the law. There is to be no worshipping of graven images.
Is there no more room for children's games?
No, there is danger even in children's play.
What do you want?
The treasure.
Treasure?
To see it. Just to see it. To see if it's still here. Come. Come with us. Come on. Get on your feet.
What do you want?
To get away.
What do you want to do?
The gods have abandoned us. We must get away from here.
We'll all die here. This place is no good.
We want to divide the treasure. Now,
Treasure?
at once.
We want to see
But
the
I
treasure.
can't deliver the treasure to you, you know that.
Please, come.
That's no business of yours. I'll give
Open
away.
the treasure.
Go on, take your hands
Show
off me.
us.
You're hiding away.
Come on.
You've gone mad.
We want to see the treasure, so show it. Yes. Satan speaks for all of us.
Yes. He's our leader.
We want to see the treasure.
Show them. And keep them back.
We work for it. Slave for it, you mean?
It's our treasure. Back. It belongs to us.
Our treasure.
Like sheep without a shepherd. Someone must care for them. There. Are you satisfied? Quite satisfied. My compliments. Very well guarded.
You knew this, Datan. So what game are you playing?
Game? Playing? We are all afraid. The gods of Egypt frown on us. Your brother, our great leader, has been spirited away.
Tell him, my friends. Speak for yourselves.
Dathan is right.
We will
Give us the God.
Be silent. Hear me.
God will help us.
Escape from here, Aaron. Have you forgotten the covenant that you swore to the God of Israel? Remember his words. You shall have no other gods but me. Be silent, lest the Lord strike you in his terrible anger.
Moses is dead.
My brother is not dead. Do not be afraid.
We shall be lost. Yes, we shall be lost.
Yes, the treasure.
Divide the treasure.
True, the treasure belongs to all of you. But how can it be divided into equal parts? See, this vessel. Can this vessel be broken equally? Shall not one family have more than another? No. No, I tell you, this treasure cannot be divided. It belongs to the whole nation. It represents the grief of generations. You see, Aaron? They are listening to you. They love you. You have their confidence already. You, Aaron, lead us. Lead us, Aaron. They're fools.
No, they're afraid. And you and your brother. You talk of the big invisible God who brought us out of the land of Egypt into the bondage of sheepdon. And they don't understand.
No, well, of course they don't understand. They've been slaves. He's tried them too hard. I will talk to them. I will try to help them to understand.
Talking is not enough now. You have to do something.
People of Israel, you have done great wrong. You have murmured among yourselves and demanded gods. But your wrongdoing was that of children who cannot understand. You still do not understand the great thing that has happened to us. We have been chosen by God himself. Now, this image is not God. The very idea is absurd. But it will remind you of God each day that you pass by it. Its head, the sun, its forehead, the moon, its limbs, the four corners of the universe. So what you see is the image of our unity as a people, the unity of a people chosen by God himself.
Where will our wedding be?
Up in the front of a declared tree.
Where will our wedding be?
Up in the front of a declared tree.
What will we be? What will we?
Wood for wine and salt for What will we drink? What will we eat?
You see, they're like children. They just needed to be kept busy. They're happy now.
It will not be just that for long. I saw some old men this morning, touching it for luck, as they said. And there was a young woman giving thanks.
It's good to give thanks.
To give thanks to an image?
I tell you, they don't think it's a god.
All wasted. All wasted.
I must speak to them. Listen! Listen to me, all of you! Friends, brothers, children of Israel! Get back to your tents!
No, we don't want to. Why should we?
Stop! You don't know what you do! Stop, Quayle! We must stop them, Quayle!
No! The hands of the Levites must remain clean. Aaron started this. Let Aaron finish it.
We have mischief below.
Let us see what the mischief is.
We were not involved. Your people, the Levites, were not involved.
Not involved? Not in stopping it?
What could we do?
Assemble them. Said you would accept the covenant, but you had no faith. You are a frail and ignorant people. And now the tablets of the law, so painfully, so lovingly inscribed, must be broken. For what you accepted in freedom was rejected in freedom. And for this you must suffer, since freedom always has its price. You must suffer in ways that you will see, bear, smell, taste, feel in the very nerve and the very marrow. But for the moment, we must enact the rite of the breaking of the covenant. So be it. This was your God. What you worship must be your bane. What you took unto yourselves in the spirit, you must now take unto yourselves in the flesh. I have appointed officers of my own tribe of Levites to see that mouths that cried out in obscene ecstasy shall now cry out in a different manner. We must start again. Once more, I ascend the mountain to take counsel with the Lord, our God. But first, will you promise to worship no other God but Him? Yes! Nor to make images of things that are on the earth for profane and sinful worship? Yes! The Ark of the Covenant. In your keeping, Aaron. Aaron the priest.
Aaron the priest. How am I to take that? In manner of a punishment?
A priest is God's voice. Could one wish to be higher than God's voice?
Once I was your voice.
Well, take it not in the manner of a punishment, but in the manner of a promotion.
Well then, to my first office.
God go with you, man of God.
Hereon are inscribed God's laws. Every word shall be accounted sacred. Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God. The Lord is one.
Our wedding, wedding be. Up in the front of wedding lottery. Where will our wedding, wedding
Again. It will happen again.
This is a different kind of celebration. They know they're going to the land. And you, my sister, you feeling better? Tomorrow we move on.
I shall be glad to move on. It's the moving on that's important.
Of the tribe of Reuben, Shammua, son of Sakur. Of the tribe of Simon, Shaphat, son of Hor. Of the tribe of Judah, Caleb, son of Jephunneh. Of the tribe of Issachar, Eagle, son of Joseph. Of the tribe of Ephraim, Joshua, son of Nun.
Over there, over the mountain, the land of Canaan. Yes, the promised land. A land so fertile, it is doubtless inhabited by people of rich flesh and strong bone. But whoever now possesses that land, possesses it not by God's promise. The land is ours, the land of our fathers. But it will not be ours for the easy taking. Your task is to spy out the land, to see what it is, to see the people. Are they weak? Are they strong? Are they few or many? And now, be of good courage and bring us the fruit of that land. Joshua?
You're coming with us.
What precisely were they doing on the Sabbath?
They were gathering palm fronds to set afire. Harmless enough, it seemed. But knowing that the covenant is strict on this matter, and knowing that you yourself...
Yes?
Knowing that you yourself set great store by the punctilious observance of the Sabbath rest.
Not I. Not I, but God. Its punctilious observance, as you so grandiloquently term it, is of the very essence of the law. To abstain from work, that the body may be at rest, and the spirit at one with God. 1 day in 7. Can we not spare 1 day in 7 to honor our Creator? It is God's day. The Sabbath must not be defiled. Let them be stoned to death.
Forgive me, but I don't think I...
Let them be stoned to death. The law is the law, one and indivisible. To kill a man merits death. To kill the peace of the Lord's Sabbath, is that a lesser crime? Let them be sentenced to death by stoning. Oh, Lord, I speak to you from the heart, as I have ever spoken. I am sick and weary of the burden of rule. What would you do if I were to renounce it now? Would you strike me down as you have struck down others? Well, perhaps I am willing to be struck down, to lie at peace in the earth. I am willing to defy you as others have. Am I not free to do so? Am I not a man like other men, clothed in the garment of liberty of choice? And yet, I cannot forget the humility of the servant before the master. In humility I ask it. Let thy servant go. Moses. Moses, I will ride you as a horseman rides a horse. In spite of your doubts, you will bear the burden to life's end. You will lead your people to the land that is promised, since that is my will. But you yourself will never eat or drink of the fruit of that promise. I will never let you go, but I will never let you enter. I have spoken.
They're coming! They're coming! They're coming! They're coming!
We entered the land as you instructed us. And indeed, it flows with milk and honey. Here, we took these in the valley named Eshcol.
Eshcol, a cluster of grapes, well named.
You see? You see, you foolish children. The land is exactly as the Lord said it would be. Flowing with milk and honey, laden with all manner of fruit. And the land is ours.
The land is not ours! There are people dwelling there in walled cities. Strong people, warlike. The children of Anak.
Giants. We saw them.
The Hittites, Jebusites.
The Amorites, the mountain people. And by the sea there are the Canaanites. They are too strong for us.
We haven't the numbers. We haven't the weapons.
Some promised land. Better the desert.
Better Egypt.
Better Egypt! Back to Egypt!
Silence!
Better Egypt! Yes, back to Egypt!
Moses! Listen to me, Moses. We have suffered much with hardly a murmur. We were given a promise that we would walk into this land of yours without trouble. And now, you bring us into this land to fall by the sword, to see our wives and children cut to pieces. I say this to you now, and I say it on behalf of all. I would to God we died in the land of Egypt.
What I say on behalf of my peers. But I do not say it lightly.
Come to the point.
This point, that we're at the limit of endurance of your tyranny. Why do you pretend that you're God's special favorite?
An empty and filthy pretense which some of us have had the courage to explode. Your rule is over, Moses, or soon will be. We have the support of all the tribes, including the Levites.
The Levites are ready!
And what precisely does this new leadership propose?
To lead the tribes back to Egypt.
Be silent! Blasphemer! Worse than blasphemer, abomination. You speak of rule. My brother was a prince of Egypt. If he had wished to rule, would he have left his kingdom for this desert? His palace for a ragged tent?
High priest, another pretender to the seat of power. Well, we will wrest this power away from you. This tabernacle you use for holding the people down. We can provide our own priests.
Oh, Dathan. I confess my failure. As a teacher, I have taught you nothing. But God will. For God chooses men. Men do not choose God. God shows us the choice he has made through signs. Where are your signs?
Signs? You mean tricks? I spit on your authority.
I have warned you often in the past, Dathan. I swear to you that this shall be the final warning. Seek not to rise above the Lord your God. To all of you, I say, tempt not the Lord.
Yeah!
Brother!
Prepare to leave for Egypt!
Levite officers of the Levites, prepare to move out. Tribal Reuben, over here. Tribal Reuben, officers of the Levites, prepare to move out. Tribe of Benjamin. No, there's no time now. Gather all the children. Hurry up, son. Women of the tribe of Asher.
The Lord has spoken. Thus saith the Lord. None who has seen my glory and not believed shall see the land I promised his father. Since you refused the land over which I raised my hand that you might inhabit it, you shall not enter. You shall return to the desert. Your children, they will see the land that you have scorned. You will not. Your children, those who were newly born when we left Egypt, shall wander in the desert for 40 years and bear the burden of your lack of faith, while your bodies will be consumed in the desert.
The God of the people speaks through them that the people have chosen. What the people have chosen is wise and prudent. And we choose to return to Egypt and enjoy its peace and its fatness. Will our God say nay?
Yet mercy is infinite, Death Anne. At least let us believe so. I shall miss your thorn in my side. Your children, those who were newly born when we left Egypt, shall wander in the desert for 40 years. They will see the land that you have scorned.
And a thunder of stones was unleashed on their enemies. For their enemies were the tribes and nations that lay ranged between them and Canaan, the land of the promise. Horizon after horizon of foes to be vanquished. And then at last, no foes, only a mountain and a river, and a time of quiet for the dividing of the land that lay beyond.
The tribe of Benjamin.
Here.
Tribe of Ephraim.
From Jericho up to Bethel.
Your new home.
But this is desert. It's unfair.
Let us in! We seek justice.
Women.
Justice
What can women want?
Let us in!
It is irregular.
We want to see
Women should
Moses.
stay with their children. It is highly irregular.
Many things are irregular, High Priest, including what we are here to speak about, if it is permitted.
You are you not, the daughters of, forgive me, an old man's memory, or lack of it?
I am Mahala, and these are my sisters. Come on. We are the daughters of Zelophehad, now dead.
Ah, yes, Zelophehad. Good man, I think. He was slain in battle, was he not?
With his sons, our brothers. We are without menfolk, thanks to your holy wars.
Have a care, woman.
We are women without menfolk. The name of our father has disappeared from your records. What will happen with his portion of the promised land?
It is clearly laid down that the son shall inherit. No sons, no inheritance.
This is injustice.
It is the law.
And what if the law be unjust?
One does not question the law of God.
I am questioning it.
You are questioning it rightly. But peace, Eleazar, peace. And my response to the questioning is this. If a man die and leave no sons, then the inheritance of the father shall pass to the daughters.
But this is
an abomination, a heresy. The Lord has not offered to strike me dead, Eleazar, nor will he. Daughters of Israel, they shall have your inheritance. Who is it?
It is I, Eleazar, your nephew.
For a moment there, I mistook you for your father, Aaron.
He was a good father. I would be happy to be like him.
You will be. You will be. Eleazar.
Yes, my lord?
Why was the promised land denied to your father and me? The Lord said, because of your sin of doubt. But I must confess, I have never been able to understand the real significance of those words. Aaron, what was our real sin? Yours, I think I know. You love the people too much. All the people. And mine, did I love them too little? I have always loved the law more than mankind for whom it was destined. Oh, Lord, I would like to cross the river and set my feet on the land beyond the Jordan. Now, Moses, I will show you their inheritance. This is the land which I swore unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob, saying, I will give it unto thy seed. I have caused thee to see it, Moses, with thine own eyes. But thou shalt not go over into the land. You are a hard and unforgiving God. Unforgiving? If you but knew. I have sworn and I have made my covenant with man. I shall never again destroy him for his sins. Yet I shall torment him with dissatisfaction. For only in me shall he be satisfied. And now, Moses, your task is finished. For the Lord thy God is with thee, wheresoever thou goest.